Hey guys, you again.
And we're back, just like that.
Did you go pee pee?
Did you pop some popcorn?
No? Okay, yeah.
All right. All right. This is our conclusion paragraph, this whole
Oh,
episode.
yeah, yeah. We're gonna explain everything we talked about and go into depth. Yeah. The
Because we know you probably are struggling a bit with what the hell are they talking about? They're so smart. How do they do it?
That's why we did it in two parts, so you could sit with it, maybe take a nap, eat some carrots. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Eat some carrots. That's how I always make sure I understand stuff. It's
It's the only reason, yeah, I had to like shove carrots down her throat sometimes.
just- All right. All this to say, feminism.
As because a woman wrote it, so
Well, that's what she's calling for is a new wave,
of feminism.
a new wave of feminism that is the not feminism at all thing.
Mhm.
It's it's a deconstruction of all human binary, and it calls for the embrace of technology, hybridity,
I'm not embracing that shit. I'll accept it though.
coalition building
Unionize.
rather than fixed roles and identities, fluidity. Not even fluidity, I guess, because that's like never
Well,
mind.
fluidity as in the opposite of fixed roles and identities,
Yeah.
like fluid identities.
Yeah. The cyborg being a metaphor for contemporary life. Um,
Mhm.
what are we in relation to everything else? But it's also applied literally because we are, in her definition, we are literally cyborgs. Um, because um we don't erase, we blend the boundary between human being a different thing than nature and also technology or machine. Um,
Mm,
third thing, we blend them all together. Nature, technology, identity, constantly shifting.
yeah, ever evolving, especially in cultural climate, political climate, economical climate. These are all things that, whether you like it or not, define us as our like or our, and then it's like abolishing roles in society, but we're all society subjects, and especially late stage capitalism, we do have roles. So what does she want us to do, Molly?
I think we should shoot her an email.
Girl, Donna,
I don't know what she wants us to do.
I think she just wants us to like unite, and
I
instead of,
think she wants us to strive for utopia. And I don't think that that's possible. I think, and I mean, that doesn't mean that people shouldn't idolize it. I think we should act as if it's possible, and we should conduct ourselves in a way, you know, we should all be
Mhm.
kind. And, we should want everyone to have homes rather than flying cars, like, but
Exactly.
we
But I
don't.
think especially when or at the beginning of the age of digitization, before, when she's talking about people were far more hopeful, there were still some skeptics, But I think that does speak to something that there's specifically this one like Swedish group and they made this video called Super Seed and it was about just using the global coverage of the internet to bring us all together and kind of like what she's speaking about, abolish these binaries. So it's this utopia. And maybe by definition, utopia, we just literally can't reach it. Like it's kind of like the edge of the universe. We can keep trying, but we'll never get there because of our whole human nature argument.
Yes.
Which we want to clarify, not biological determinism, which is I already forgot what it is, dude. Like using our biology historically has been used to spark or create harmful narratives, but we're not talking about it like that. We're only talking about our innate self, like greed and desire and all of these animalistic traits. That's what we mean.
Um, yes.
So some people, I think utopia, if ever, yeah, I don't think it's possible.
Um, Neither do I. And I think if we reached what we think is a utopia now, at some point, there would still be flaws on the
Mhm.
inside.
It wouldn't be utopia to everyone too, because privilege exists and
Yeah, and that's
because
not,
of like class billionaires, like you think we'd be living in the same utopia as them? No.
no. I think it would, I think humans are constantly raising their standards, and we're increasingly expected to reach and exceed those standards. But to a certain point, I don't think we can.
Yeah, especially if we don't even have the support of each other and we're all angry and tired.
I don't think it's ourselves against the world. And it is because we made it that way.
Yeah, like yeah, nothing to even add there.
Yeah. So,
But if you got your own world to, I was gonna say dictate, already there's a problem. If you had a population of people and they were like, can a single entity be in control?
that's playing God.
No one should play God.
I think
But we
even God, hold on, I have a quote that I screenshotted the other day that
tell
was
me
like this.
from Pinterest. Um,
Fan fiction, actually. It was about God and being like, um, God is the one, right, he's the ruler of everything, right? Right.
mhm.
A
But he's
Christian,
also Jesus
y'all.
and the Spirit
Yeah.
simultaneously.
Doesn't make any sense. But um like what kind of man? Like
Have you all met
what
these
kind of
guys?
what kind of person would be like, yeah, I'm going to do this. Like, and then what does God know
I'll
about
take care of it. Yeah.
what does God know about humanity? You know? Like what
He's
does
your
God
villain. He's
know
the
about
cyborg.
hunger and other things that are human? Like
And like really pertinent
not even just physical hunger, but like, like
desire.
ambition. But he doesn't, it's like, what about yearning? God doesn't know what
Whatever.
to yearn.
No.
God
And
doesn't,
that's kind of like the AI argument. Like, if you have a machine, you got to have the machine, the puppeteer, right?
is God a machine?
Yes. He
Yes.
is the epitome of the cyborg.
I think
Wait. Yeah, because he's a combination of the natural world, um,
in the
and then our
humanity, And our human influence.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't have an apple without a tree. Uh, and you can't have a tree without a soil and a seed. And where did the seed come from?
What came first, the tree or the seed?
The seed.
Right.
Right, right.
Not if I believe in God.
And you know what, guys? I'm sorry. You can believe in whatever you want, but denying evolution is embarrassing.
True. But evolutionarily, is there okay, is there inherently a natural binary among humans talking about gender, male and female?
So chromosomes, right? Even our
Right.
DNA is in a way a binary system because
Mhm.
that's where we get our genes and our traits and such.
Mhm.
Um, but to that point, there's still what about like intersex people or what about people who are born without any genitalia? So if we're basing it off of genitalia, no, but chromosomes, but then some people get extra chromosomes. Like I think I would say genetics are an inescapable.
I think there is the this, that, and the other, you know?
There's a secret third
There's
option.
always a
It's
secret
the
third option.
genetics.
But does that just create a,
Another
a trinary?
a quaternary.
Yeah, like how far do we go? How do we keep going?
I don't know. We literally made up the word binary, and
Today, us, just now.
yeah,
Yeah.
take that, engineers and such. We're not computers, though. That's the point. We
Yeah,
don't
but we
exist off
are,
of zeros and ones.
'cause we're cyborgs.
Are you guys seeing what we're getting at? Are you
It's
seeing that?
impossible. It's an impossible system. It's impossible to live. It's impossible to be happy. Kill yourself.
Terrible. Take the pill, the red. I haven't even seen the
Otherwise,
pill. Okay.
the red pill.
I think I would choose the blue one because like
Okay.
yum. Toothpaste.
Um, blue raspberry.
Mm. Okay.
Um,
The
but
myth. Oh,
okay. Well,
no,
what?
you had a but. I was gonna start talking about like tradition and how seriously we take that shit. And
I was gonna talk about how the cyborg is neither male nor female, strictly. And
unisex.
if if we step into this world, because this a cyborg is all about hybridity. It's about doing both, right? Being both.
Bisexual.
Um, so if we step into this world of, all right, everyone's a cyborg, and we live by this philosophy, then we take a step away from fixed gender roles. Um, so I think that's her main goal. Um,
Which interesting to that point, we talk about evolution so much, but have you ever heard the thing that men are like better at locating spatial location and women are better at everything else?
yeah,
Um, so like and that again, it depends sometimes. I'm sure there's some women that are better and some non-binary people that are better at spatial location, but like, is that even, yeah, I'm gonna shut up. I was just, yeah.
that was pretty
So
good.
no,
Um,
I lost my thought. But I was, yeah.
oh, back to, yeah, sure, yeah, all right. Um,
Should I kill myself? What?
Um,
Oh yeah, I was gonna say some people might be more predisposed, and then like, but I don't think it's based off gender, is what I was getting at. Like some people are better at math, some people are dyslexic.
yeah,
So
the biggest struggle there is being dyslexic. Um, I think, and I think she says this, that there's like nothing, I wrote it down. There's
Mhm.
nothing about being female that naturally binds women. There is not even such a state as being female. What does it mean to be?
Anything at all.
And this goes back to the American Psycho quote that I said earlier. That was like, is evil something we are or something we do?
That was an American Psycho quote. I thought you were just like, I was like, oh shit.
It's
That's really
also
good.
Sister, I'm a Poet by
Good.
Morris, but American Psycho was first.
Well, yeah, when we talk about definitions, though, these are our own definitions based off our own life experiences. And can you define anything? What counts as nature? What counts as an animal? Should we even care?
Everything is fake.
Yeah, that's
We're,
the gist
we're adding to the conversation.
of
Every,
it.
I mean, like I said earlier, we are all humans think that we're different from animals just because we say that we are, just
We
because
even
we,
think we're different from other humans.
yeah.
Some.
And it's like we made that up and then we just recognize it as truth. So it's like, like Donna Haraway made up the idea of a cyborg, and she's like, all right, if we keep doing this, this is where it's going to get us. And it's like, all right, we're just adding to the conversation. We're making it up
That's
too,
what
because
philosophy is.
no one's going to stop us.
Uh, And that's also what history is. That's why it's dangerous because people can just be like, oh no, that's not what happened because that was my boyfriend and he would never do that. They can people can spread just lie and then that can be the history that you're taught because of
It's
yeah,
happened.
who writes the
I mean,
history?
the colonizers, not the
Yeah,
colonized.
exactly. So keep that in mind.
You're being told what to think always.
Yeah. Also, you're being watched always. Everything you say is helping algorithms. And we let it happen
We
because
wanted
we have fun on Instagram and we're all so pretty. We love being pretty. We love pretty things.
it. Um,
This is
yeah,
society.
separation of mind and body.
We
Uh,
also have displays of like power. Um, like have you seen the Wells Fargo building that they made in the 80s? It's massive and ugly. Yeah, look it up. And they we like we stray away from tradition when it comes to modernization because we think that's the right direction to move things, but we're actually just foolish and we need to respect history. What are you seeing it?
the one in LA.
No, I think it's in like Chicago.
Well, I just looked up Wells Fargo building in the 80s because that's all you gave me.
1983. It's the Wells Fargo Center.
Oh,
They put them everywhere, but basically they made them unnecessarily tall and ugly and brutalist and they replaced, I'm pretty sure they took down something cuter.
because we don't value beauty as much as we did when we were better.
We want to separate ourselves when we were better from tradition because we have this superiority even generationally, I would say, where we think those bozos didn't even scrub under their armpits. Like we distinguish ourselves, even though guys, hello, those are our friends, and that's how we got here, and we should be grateful for everyone's contribution, big or small.
No one's as emotionally intelligent and emotionally, what's the word? Like intimate, but not as much as they should
Attuned,
be.
attuned to other,
Everyone's desensitized to everything.
as kind of though as a defense, like literally have to be.
It's not even defense. I think we're just taught to be that way because that's the way that you are successful.
True.
I think was
When
just a
you're That's what, and in Companions, you know that one part where the guy was like, yeah, they like to beat up, that, okay, sorry, let me be better explaining. The older guy in the van who came from Empathix or whatever with the younger guy, and before he gets, spoiler, shot in the head or whatever by the robot, he's like, yeah, the world is just messed up, man. And the younger guy, I think he was a representation of like the innocence of like childlike innocence,
yeah.
like you enter the workforce and you're like, oh my God, or you read a book and you're like, what are we doing? Anyway, the old guy dies like right after saying that. And so I think that is pretty representative of how we're just thrust into you hear about all these horrific things and even horrific histories. And what are you going to do about it? You can't just lay down and die, kill yourself or get over it, you know?
Yeah. That's the only way to function because that's, yeah. Unless we should start a cult and move to the woods.
Third option that many have tried,
But we would be successful at because
and it takes privilege to even get there. Yes. We'll create our own Walden. Or okay, and then I was thinking Jack Kerouac, but he killed himself. Or did he overdose?
I don't remember.
You were there. She was the coroner.
Um,
But
William
people
S.
that
Burroughs
do, what'd you
killed
say?
William S. Burroughs killed his wife.
Why are we violent, guys? What?
Nothing happened.
What?
I can't talk about it. We need to move on.
Yeah,
Anyway, the separation of mind and body. So she quotes well, this is a quote from her. Our machines are disturbingly lively, and we ourselves frighteningly inert.
mm, AI, they're taking our jobs, those
There.
machines.
Yeah. So, and this was before AI was a thing. This is like just literally just, yeah.
Just
Anyway,
like escalators or like the things at the airport that make you walk really fast.
moving walkways. The moving walkway exit is approaching. Please watch your step, you know?
Oh yeah, you're good at that. You should do train station like announcements.
No, that's a guy.
Okay, but then this
Oh,
idea of utopia,
finish. I was
sorry.
gonna bring up Descartes.
Okay.
Um, so you know how, okay, traditional philosophy, well, this is what makes Donna Haraway's piece interesting, is because she thinks that there is a separation of mind and body. Um, but Haraway is explaining that the body is superior. It's the better half. But like Descartes philosophizes this like most popularly. Um, the mind and the body are separate, but the mind is better. I mean, they're philosophers, of course they think this. Um,
So Haraway would the body kind of be closer to nature than the mind, and the mind is closer to the cyborg?
I would say yes.
Okay.
I would say, yeah, I would say the body is um because it's inherently organic, but it also is more in relation to the mind, it is machine.
hmm Mm. Like mechanically, is that what you mean? Like literally
It's
instruction, do,
yeah.
see task. I just don't think you can even separate them. Donna, what the hell? I thought we were trying to abolish these separations and blur these lines. I don't think you can separate the mind and the body.
I think we are both of them. I think you can separate them, sure, but is that human? No.
It's, yeah. So
That's
what
what
is,
I think that's what psychologists should get into. I think they should put like monkey brain in a human person. Brain transfer, brain.
well, that's literally a baby.
God. No, like a human, a full-grown human body.
They would act like a baby.
They would act like a monkey because they are monkey brain.
We're literally so closely related to monkeys.
Exactly. So it would just be a monkey, but it would look like a person, like a human.
I wonder how far they get away with it, like in Scooby-Doo, when he dresses up as a girl and no one even notices.
So true. Um,
Because he can talk. So that goes back to our point ages ago about language. Is that what makes human human? Is that what separates us? No, animals have their own communication forms. But then, if that's your argument, then I would say the mind is more powerful than the body if we're talking about language.
but it's also bipedalism.
Yeah, what about it?
That's a trait of humans. It's bipedalism, language, and tool making is what makes us human.
It has to be all three. See, that's what the DSM-5, the psychology like diagnosis book is. It's like if it's three of these things and four of these things, and every little detail of our society is broken down into categorizations. And so it's inescapable.
It is. Unless we literally go back in time and restart from the beginning and we have
I don't
no
think it's,
opposite things. And we
I
all
think
are.
it would go the same.
I
Yeah.
think so too. Unless it was
Yeah.
like everyone thought like us and everyone was thinking like this and they were like all actively working towards that all the time and they didn't have like a secret like mole who was like greedy or anything.
Impossible. Also, we wouldn't think like us because we wouldn't have been, we would be completely different because
Yeah,
we
we
would,
products of different environments.
you can't think like us in because we're products of late stage capitalism or whatever. You
Yeah.
couldn't think of that if my
Yeah.
mic is sleep soon. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry. Mm. Okay, are you still there?
Yeah.
Where
I don't know. It's on your screen.
would you kill Hitler?
Uh, machines, what?
You know the question, like, would you go back in time and kill Hitler?
Oh,
You can't. Or you could.
man, when he was a baby,
Yeah.
how would I have to kill him? Like I would physically have to do it with my bare hands, or if I could just like plot his death. If I could
Mm.
like send a cyborg after him or like a robot,
Is your mind in the cyborg though? Are
because
you
I don't think I
controlling?
could kill somebody.
Really?
I think I could like shoot them from really, really far away, but I don't think I could like look you in the face and like kill you. Like, did you see that one guy that like his mom found a human head and hands?
And he was just so detached and he was
Like,
like,
yeah,
yep.
I killed them. Yeah, I just want to know what it felt like to kill somebody.
That's what ASPD is. They don't have that empathy component and
That's
their rules, their way.
it's that's like I don't think I chills. I could not do that.
Well, yeah, that's good. You're
Like
not.
I'm curious. I would do it in a simulation, but I wouldn't
Or
kill
they,
someone.
that's what spurs it, curiosity, like Dahmer and a bunch of serial killers, they start and then it becomes an addiction. The rush and the dopamine, similar. I mean, you have to have a predisposition to become a serial killer or life events. As usual, it depends, but they get addicted to it. But you're not that, so, and neither am I. So lucky. Well, what are your thoughts on epigenetics?
I don't have many thoughts on that at all. I don't think about it.
I think it scares me. And then it comes down to, if you're getting a in what the fuck is it when they inseminate you or like they choose specific eggs and sperm in vitro?
I don't I don't
You don't
know.
know?
I'm anti-natal.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. We are anti-natal. Okay, but if they can't like produce or naturally reproduce naturally, they can go and
Oh,
choose. The genetic testing can like show who's the healthiest baby in whatever terms that means.
mhm.
And so that's like edging towards like if they have 10 options and they don't want a boy, I don't know. I just think we're always edging towards epigenetics being normalized and widespread.
Maybe. I really know nothing about that, so I have really
You know what
nothing.
it is though? It's like weeding out the rotten apples. And then however that means to you is
Like
probably,
survival of the fittest, but like on purpose.
yeah, like purposefully being like, I'm not having that kid if they have autism.
Like that Logan Paul movie with Peyton List.
Was Peyton List in that?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure
What
that's the
and
reason I
we
watched it.
talked about this. It's a good movie, guys. Really go watch it. It's kind of fun.
What is
What's
the
his
name of
name?
it?
Yeah. Isn't he like the president's son or some shit? I don't know. It's a romance. It's dystopian.
The
She's
Thinning. Oh my God! Yeah, it's Peyton List.
exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, The Thinning. And okay, that's an interesting concept. Like, okay, Logan Paul maybe shouldn't have been the actor for it, but
He did okay.
like, he
Free
wasn't
Japan
that
Forest. Yeah.
bad. Oh, what year did that come out?
Did
2016.
they thinned based off of was it intelligence or there was just okay, yeah.
It was like multiple rounds of testing, and like the bottom would get like,
Killed.
yeah,
But it was like corrupt, of course. And
yeah.
so,
It was rigged because the people at the top didn't want their children to freaking die. So
and how, yeah, that's something that could totally happen.
I'm sorry, but if my kid is stupid, like,
Buddy, you're taking that test. Yeah. That's what off my it's a cheese stick wrapper.
I thought it was a shank.
I kill myself.
Yeah.
But then again, that test biased, the whole system biased, corrupt.
Can humans inherently escape bias?
No, because you have implicit associations. Take the quiz, everybody. IDRlabs.com, implicit association test. When you think of a teacher, are you thinking of a woman?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the gist of it. Yeah.
Most of my teachers are women.
That's that's a yeah, that you can't buy taste. That's a taste choice decision.
That's
No,
not
it's
me.
probably
I study a female dominated subject. We talked about this. There's no
true. We talked about this. You guys were there
as a man, why would you be there? Why would you be in my English lit class?
trying to mansplain. Ugh.
You're gonna
A male teacher? You mean a mansplainer?
because what kind of man?
Right? What kind of man becomes a cop?
Because what kind of man becomes a teacher, and do you actually ever learn anything from male teachers?
Not if they're ugly.
Yeah. But I've learned something from all of my female teachers.
Me too. Beautiful. Love you, ladies, if you're watching. I
Shout
hope
out.
you're not.
Um,
Okay, do we
anyway,
have any?
machines are no longer simple tools,
They're ubiquitous. And
but
they're,
active agents.
is that us?
Um, yeah,
People.
human identity is increasingly influenced and shaped and molded by the external technologies,
Uh-huh.
the inorganic,
Mhm.
the things that we've created as humans.
I bet like Chat GPT is going to continue to like snowball, and kids in high school right now are probably using it. Kids in college, preschoolers. We're gonna lose our autonomy because we give ourselves to the big. I keep wanting to say daddy machine, but we're the daddy. The machine is the little girl.
The young girl.
That's what I meant.
Um,
Have you seen that one clip of the guy? It's like Tucker Carlson talking to Matt Gates or whatever, and he's like a 17-year-old girl, and he's like 17-year-old woman.
yes.
It's like, what are you?
He did it so many times too. And it was like
That's a
17.
self-indictment. That's a self-snitch.
Officer, this one, take him away. Have
Why is he on TV and
you
we're
read
on
his
fucking
book?
laptops? What'd you say?
Have you read his book?
No? Who? Tucker Carlson? Have you? Oh my God.
I
What's
sat,
the back?
I sat in a Barnes and Noble and I read it because I didn't want to buy it.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't make any sense. Don't read it. It was a waste of
It's
time.
dog shit.
It was
Oh.
like rage bait, but paper.
I wonder if he wrote it. Like,
No,
he got a ghostwriter to
for
write
sure.
nonsense. Would you, if like Elon Musk, no, if like uh Putin was like, "Hey, I'm looking for a memoir." No, it wouldn't be an autobiography. No, it wouldn't be a biography author, but I want it to be like
It
make
would
people like me. Would you do it?
it would be an autobiography if I was ghostwriting it because I
Okay.
wouldn't have read it. Anyway, would I do it? How much are they paying me?
Um, just like, does that matter? Does that affect your, can you be bought? I-
Yes.
Okay. Um, but you're like a good writer. What if you like made him sound really good and you spurred a whole new ideology?
But I have an inherent sense of sarcasm in my author's voice.
True.
So I think,
Okay. You get to narrate it too. Yeah.
yeah.
You do the audiobook.
God, that'd be funny.
It would. I like this idea.
I don't
He's not
know.
paying you though. It's actually just for like your resume padding.
I'd have to sign an NDA. No one would know.
Oh, you would totally tell me. You
Yeah.
talk about it on the pod.
Probably.
So everyone sit with that question of ethics. Can you be bought?
More on that next week.
If you're still here.
Unless we sneak into your homes.
Molly knows the date of your death and how.